When did you just stop listening to anyone and just be like, I'm Frances Tiafoe, this is the way I play my tennis? You got coaches, you got people around you telling you what to do, but deep down, I know somewhere in there, you don't need to be told what to do anymore.
The pandemic hits and I was just like, I need to just stop listening to all this outside noise and just do me. Stop worrying about the expectations and whatever, just do me. And I know when I'm me and happy, and I'm one of the best players in the world, and do it with swag. That's when it totally changed. I'm like, I put the right people around me, but I was like, I'm just gonna do me, and like, you just can't stop it.
Welcome to Hanakuma's Good Trouble, where we celebrate those who have the courage to disrupt the norm. I'm Nick Kyrgios, professional tennis player and your host. In each episode, we'll sit down with game changers who aren't afraid to rock the boat. We'll dig into their stories and the waves they've made in their worlds for the better.
My brother.
How are you?
Good, man. Yourself?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome to Hanakuma's Good Trouble, where we talk about game changers who aren't afraid to rock the boat. Our guest today is Frances Tiafoe, aka Big Foe, aka the Maryland Mauler, aka the Capo of College Park. A US Open Grand Slam semi-finalist. We had that mad match against Alcaraz, we all remember it. 3 ATP titles, and you just broke into the top 10 players of the world, which is pretty sick. You also stole my gig at the All-Star Game, which I'm coming for you next year. And as a Nike-sponsored athlete, just did your debut with Travis Scott and Johnny Mac, which was pretty insane. I'm not going to lie, that was pretty sick. At age 4, started training with his dad, that was the head of the maintenance at the Junior National Tennis Center, and has been disrupting the status quo ever since. How's that for an intro?
That's a serious intro, man. That is a serious intro, man. Jeez.
Nah, it's good to see you, bro. So what does Good Trouble mean to you?
Well, first off, I think it's a great title. I think it resonates with me a lot. I mean, for being different and, not being totally accepted for it or whatever the case may be. And obviously me and you deal with that for sure. So that's pretty much what it means to me.
Something about you is when you're on the court, you turn into a competitive animal. Like you got a dog in there. We had an epic match last year.
Epic war.
And I watch it. When I see you play, at US Open, biggest stage in the world, like I look at you, then you got that crazy, how do you, where do you get that from? Like, is anyone you looked up to outside of tennis or?
For sure, it's all outside of tennis. You see Bron, you see Kobe, right? Seeing them, you're all cool with their teammates, whatever, cool with their friends, but when it's out there, it's on once it get out there. I want to beat you, you want to beat me, and same with those guys, especially when you play the best players in the world. There's some matches where it's like, all right.
It's hard to get up for it.
Yeah. but certain matches like that, popcorn match where everyone's tapped in and I want to show the world what I can do. I just get super excited, and those guys definitely help me, man.
I don't think people understand about tennis is how hard it is, week to week, different conditions. At the end of the day, who's your rock? That you turn to the most, you find inspiration from?
My dad's definitely one.
Your dad's sitting courtside for my matches, bro, and I'm losing my shit.
He's tennis fanatic, and he's just so proud of me. Probably him and my long-term girlfriend, and my twin brother. I mean, I have a good family base behind me. I think family's so big where you can just lean on and they'll tell you the real the stuff you're not trying to hear, but you need to hear. I'll probably have to say my whole family base.
So I think it's pretty crazy, bro. You've got one of the craziest journeys for me. I look across tennis and I see, a lot of cool stories, but yours for me is crazy. Open up and tell me, how the hell did you manage to become one of the best players in the world, bro? How?
It's a crazy story, man. I mean, I saw, so many, James Blake, Williams sisters when I'm super young and watching them and just being around the game. My dad being a maintenance worker at a club and giving me a chance for me and my twin brother to be around tennis. And, their goal was just to get me and Franco into college. And, I wanted to go one step further and take care of the family. So that's pretty much how it happened, bro.
I will never forget when I first met you. It was crazy. I was sitting in Wimbledon with Jack Sock, my good buddy, and we just heard this loud American walking in, and I was like, who is this guy? Came over, and then I linked eyes with you and knew from that moment.
Yeah, locked in.
What drives you, bro? When you wake up, you're beating Rafa at US Open, you're winning titles. I feel like you have nothing else to prove to anyone. What drives you every day?
100%. I think it's impacting people, right? Little kids wanting to be like you, and you start realizing it's so much bigger than you, and giving them a chance to play the game. Winning titles and winning matches is great. Everyone wants to do that, but there's always something bigger, and I think that's what's for me. Same for you, which definitely drives you. So,
I want to kind of get more of a feel to what your days were like when you were, sleeping at the tennis center, waking up. What was it like?
So yeah, like I'm literally get picked up from school. My dad's working, and me and my brother would tap the ball against the wall, kind of just joke around. We'd like see the coaches tell the players some stuff. We'd go to empty court, try to mimic it, like whiffing serves and whatever, but we're trying to do it. And then my mom calls us like, hey, I'm working overnight. You're gonna have to stay at the tennis center. So we're picking up trash. We're lining the clay courts. We're doing all this. And I always go to my dad, and I'm like, man, like this is crazy. He's like, look, man, this is gonna pay off one day. And we're sitting in the golf cart while he's sweeping the clay court. It's gonna pay off one day. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be the guy who's gonna change that. And so then that appreciation came. Anything that came my way, I'm very appreciative because I know if he didn't do that, we're not having this conversation today. So yeah, I mean, then I'm just sitting there, sleeping on a massage table with my dad. If my dad's sleeping in the bed that's at the tennis center with my twin brother, and I'm like, I'm gonna win the U.S. Open one day. Like I'm gonna be a pro. I'm gonna take care of everybody. And Frank was always like, man, you can do it. Like, as we're getting like 8, 11, that kind of age.
Bro, like I couldn't even imagine what it would have been like to like you just wake up and that's all you'd like. It's crazy.
That's all it is. And so all this other love for different sports came on so much later on because it was that. Like it was literally just I'm just engulfed in that. You know what I mean? As a kid, you're kind of just being a kid, but at the same time, then it's like there's days where. It got tough for me and my brother. We're going to practice and we're wearing hand-me-down stuff or, demo rackets, whatever we can play with. And people are laughing at us. Oh, this guy thinks he can be a pro. Or, this guy's playing with holes in his shoes. Whose shoes are those? Or Pikachu shirts and khaki shorts and I'm playing tournaments. And they're like, that's not even tournament equipment. I'm like, this is all I got.
What are they saying now?
Exactly. That's my whole point. These are the same dudes.
This is the cleanest kid I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly. And then these are the same dudes hitting you up. Oh, man, remember it? Nah, you weren't cool with me back then, bro. We weren't cool. But my dad always said, don't worry about that. It's not about where you start, it's about where you're going. And that's one of the best things. That sentence right there changed my life. And that's why I'm always so easy to show love. If we're cool, even people that I know wouldn't give it back, I'm cool with that. Like, I get it, it's a selfish sport. But, And I think that's why we both got along really well. Because it was always just genuine love and we both came from, a background of meaning.
That's where I struggled heaps because obviously I was on tour a little bit earlier than you, and it was really hard for me because I bursted onto the scene, and I had no one around me that kind of was the same as me. Like it was like I got on tour, I was like, wow, like I was walking in locker rooms, I was walking around tennis, and I was like, wow, no one wants to speak, no one really wants to hang out, no one's happy for when I do well. And then I kind of met Jack. We were there for each other. We like team environments, and then you came on the scene. That's when things got crazy. But that was tough for me though because I was like the same. When I got on tour, I was happy for when Thanasi or these guys were winning, but then they obviously didn't reach the heights where I went to straight away, and then I was lost. I was like, fuck, like I got no one that understands it and feels the same way. But obviously I dealt with a lot of hate or people doubting me as well. Like you saw photos of me when I was a young kid. I was so overweight. Like there was no chance I was gonna make it. Feel the same way, bro. It's crazy.
It's crazy, bro. It's so relatable, man. It's so relatable.
Was there any attitude or specific moments where you were like, fuck, you got to do it your own way? Like, when did you just stop listening to anyone and just be like, I'm Frances Tiafoe, this is the way I play my tennis? You got coaches, you got people around you telling you what to do, but deep down, I know somewhere in there, you don't need to be told what to do anymore.
Right going into the pandemic, I was, going into that the year before, 2019, I was ranked pretty high. I was, young, 20 years old, doing well, and then got complacent, things started going sideways. Tough year. You start doing dumb stuff, and the pandemic hits, and I was just like, I need to just stop listening to all this outside noise and just do me. Stop worrying about expectations and whatever, just do me. And I know when I'm me and happy, and I'm one of the best players in the world, and do it with swag. That's when it totally changed. I'm like, I put the right people around me, but I was like, I'm just gonna do me, and like you just can't stop
it. Look at his smile, bro. He can't stop smiling. I think this is like the time where there's the most coloured players, at the top of the sport ever. I think of tennis ever. And I know that's really special to you. And, even for me, when I'm playing in the States, bro, I feel more embraced there than I do probably in Australia, to be honest. I love the energy. The US Open, like last year, there's barbers in the crowd fading hands. And I'm like, this place is fucking crazy. I love it. But that's pretty cool, man. Like, what do you think about that?
It's huge, man. It's huge. I mean, it's such a domino effect. I mean, you see what Chris Eubanks did at Wimbledon. Like, I mean, guys like that, that only helps the game. You're having guys that would never watch tennis ever tap in because of person of color playing. Diversity in sport is huge, especially in a predominantly white sport. And people doing it with swag, right? So that people thinking the game is cool and I can actually do this. So it means a lot to me, man. Seeing a guy like him go for a run, that means a lot to me. For the game I love, we need more of that for the game to move forward.
Across other sports, who are some troublemakers that you like? I know you like NBA. I love NBA. We talk about it pretty much daily. Yeah. So who are some guys in the NBA that you like? That they're just bad. Like they're good at what they do. They don't give a fuck, and they just get it done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bunch of guys like Russell Westbrook, Dennis Rodman. Back in the day, I'm a huge fan of his.
What about your boy Bradley Beal?
He's too nice of a guy when it comes to hooping. I mean, he's a killer, but he's a silent one.
Is he still your boy though? He went to Phoenix.
I'm with him in Phoenix. I'm going right there with him. You'll see the Phoenix jersey right away. But and even one of my favorite players of all time, John Wall. And I love guys who hoop or do anything at a high level, and they're just them. They're not changing for the environment. They're just being them. I
feel like we've kind of bridged the gap between tennis and basketball. I did a 100%. Collaboration with Kyrie pretty early on in my career, and then you're going to games, you're friends with them, they're coming to watch you at the US Open. Yeah. Like you bridge that gap, but what would you change? What do you think you'd change about tennis right now? Like what does tennis need to kind of keep up with those sports and keep people interested, keep athletes coming? Like what does tennis need to change right now?
Yeah, especially like for them to come early on in slams. To fully answer, I mean to the beginning is got more guys like you, more guys like myself. If they're not coming to the semis or final, they're coming to watch you or me. Period. Like it's just the fact of the matter. But I think also what tennis needs is the only sport other than golf you pay a ticket and you're quiet. Like it's absurd.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But the US Open's not quiet at all.
No, not at all, right? But imagine if we had that atmosphere all across the world. People get upset with the noise and stuff because it's so quiet. So if someone screams, of course I'm gonna get pissed.
Yeah, are you gonna walk into Wimbledon?
Wimbledon's an exception. Every tournament but Wimbledon. I love the tradition there. That's got to stay. Like, I think also people coming in, like with the league fits, like you coming in always with the shoes, you changing your shoes. That's a conversation.
Yeah, but how are we going to tell the future generation of tennis to be that way?
That's the tough thing. Hey, it all starts from somebody. With tattoos and this, that, and the other, the cornrows and it takes one person, right?
Well, grow your hair out and get some cornrows.
We'll see, exactly.
How do you hope to influence the future of tennis? What do you want to do?
Showing the world that tennis can be played in a different way. You can go out there, you can break rackets, you can cuss, you can do whatever. You can also be really hyped in a positive way. It's only going to help the game, and to bring younger fans to watch the game. Why is tennis cool? And watching you, I'm tapping in because I don't know what you're going to do. And same with me, people are going to see what's he going to do. So I think we're in a society today where everyone's trying to be someone they're not, and be you, and be okay with it. At the end of the day, you can sleep well at night. I'm me. I'm me in every room, in every situation, whether I'm playing, interviews, this, that. And you're either gonna love it or you're gonna not, but you're gonna tune in anyways.
I'm tuning in all the time. This is the most Frances Tiafoe thing. You got your own foundation coming up. Tell us a bit about that.
In the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, just in PG County where I'm from, just to give people who look like me a chance to play the game. Go to schools, give rackets, and have them play the JTCC where I grew up playing. And just give them a chance, right? And just to bring them in something new and have them be accessible to it. And I'm super excited to see where this can go, and slowly after that grow it across the country and obviously back in Sierra Leone.
Sick. Like I've had my foundation now for probably 6-7 years. Yeah. Mine's not just tennis, it's kind of just be accessible for any sort of sport, any young kids to play sports. But remember when the tennis kind of program had they would pick players to go to hospitals and stuff for a week, and I was like, fuck, this is pretty early on in my career. I was like, this is what I want to do. Yeah. So then I did it, and man, it's been the most rewarding thing ever since. Like you're having those big tennis community days where all the kids are coming out active, and I see guys look like me when I was a kid, a little bit, insecure about weight or anything. Like I'm just going up to him straight away, bro, look, come on, look at this photo of me, come out there with me. Yeah. It's the most powerful thing, I think. When people ask me at the end of the day, what's the best part of your career? I think that's the best part.
Well, I totally agree. I mean, I think when you see a little kid and they come to you, I just want to be like you. That hits totally different.
Yeah, but not every athlete's like that, bro.
Some people don't. Yeah, people they just let's get the wins and let's go home.
On a lighter note, who would be your dream doubles player? Okay, I'm going to do one female, one male, past or present, for your life. Who would you like to play with?
Well, I play with the Williams sisters, which is crazy.
Yeah, me too. Serena, crazy bossy on the court, bro. That was
crazy,
uncomfortable as.
first of all, I'm already nervous, but like that was really fun. What legends they are, but you know, I mean, dead or alive, I mean, Arthur Ashe would have been
crazy.
I mean, that would have been iconic. I mean, this guy could have definitely been president. I mean, he was so iconic, such an advocate, and just that name carries so much weight.
Have we played doubles before?
Once in DC.
Oh yeah, in DC. That was crazy.
Yeah, we killed.
That was crazy. That was a crazy. Yeah, I remember.
Set of court DC.
That was sick. All right.
Let's go like Steffi Graf or something. I mean,
Old school.
Yeah. I mean, she was insane.
Contrasting styles.
Yeah, she was insane.
All right, Tiafoe, who's on your radar? You know, obviously I'm 28. You know, I'm not going to be hanging around for too much longer, so I'm not on your radar anymore as a threat. But who's on the radar for you? Like, who are you thinking to yourself, like, I'm going to have to go through this guy to win?
Well, first off, anytime you're in a draw, you're definitely a threat, absolute pro. But yeah, as far as younger guys, I mean, obviously Alcaraz, Holger is playing very good, Sinner is very good.
Talk about that match a little bit with Alcaraz at US Open. Dig into that a bit.
Man, it doesn't even really hurt. It was so iconic. Like, it was such a good match. Obviously, you know, I mean, I would really like that look in the final. I mean, I was gonna call it Spanish, but I really like that look in the final. But
yeah, you win that match. You have a US Open title under your belt.
I can't even believe that. I was like, man, this dude, I'm gonna have to go through this. I was even thinking about it during the match. I'm like, damn, this guy's gonna be a problem for a long time. Like, just battling and like every who's who is there. Like, imagine looking up and you're like about to start one of the biggest matches, well, the biggest match of your life, and you look up Michelle Obama sitting front row, like getting her out the house. Like Denzel Washington's there. Like everyone I'm looking up to is like there. Like for me, like just cheering. I just felt like the whole country was there. Like it was just nuts.
It was nuts, bro.
It was like it was out of control. I've never been in an environment like that, and competing against a guy like that who's giving his all. I'm giving my all. I'm cursing at the crowd, like just, you know, like give me fucking everything, like, you know. But yeah, shaking his hand at the end with the L was tough, but it was one of the best experiences of my life. I mean, I felt like the crowd was was literally at my fingertips, and something I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life.
So I'm gonna ask you this because I've struggled with it. Because obviously after my final last year against Novak, and I won the first set, and I'm 2 sets away from, you know, people say retirement, will Kyrgios play again if he wins one? And deep down, I think I would have not played again after that. But how did you get over, like, because I feel like I still think about that match every day. Like every day at some stage in my life, I'm thinking about what if I just had played those 2 sets better? What if, like, I'd won 5 sets in a row against Novak. Like I beat him twice before that, didn't drop a set, won the first set with me 5 sets in a row. And then I lose 3 straight. And I feel like I can't, something's just making me think about that over and over again. Like, do you still think about that match, or do you kind of like, is it just fueling you now to get back there, or do you think about like what you could have done different? Because look, let's be honest, you're not going to lose to Casper Ruud in the final of the US Open.
Yeah, no, with that hype, I mean, I was feeling good. You can give it all one time, and yeah, I think about that 5th set. I mean, I'm 1 set away playing the US Open final. I'm thinking about, you know, what that would have meant to just go and hold that trophy. I think about it all the time. Like, even sometimes when I see the guy, I just want to knock him out. I was like,
you can't.
Obviously, I mean, he's the nicest guy in the world, so of course not. But it's one of those that hurt, man. Like,
well, I didn't sleep for 2 nights.
No, I was like, yeah, I'm 100%.
Leading up to that match, I literally got maybe 2 hours sleep. I was so anxious. Like every little thing that I did in my career led up to that one match. It was like every gym session, every rehab session, every ice bath, every cold shower, every like healthy meal I ate led up to that one moment, and it was just like crazy that I was that close. But the cool thing for you is you got at least 20 to 30 more slam semis and slam finals, which is pretty exciting. You know, look, I'm going to say fucking my era was so tough. Like when I was playing that crazy tennis, like when I was 21, 22, 23, playing prime Novak, Nadal, Federer, Murray every 4th round, you're hitting one of them. It was unbeatable, bro.
You still had Raonic, you still had Burdick, you still had these dudes that were
Wawrinka,
good.
Like Gasquet, like these guys, I was like, I'd make a 3rd or 4th round, and I felt like it was like
everything.
I was like, oh, I'm left in the draw with these guys. Yeah, fuck, man. I needed to be born like 5 years later.
You're right. Like, it's eras, man. It's definitely eras.
So that links into like, so once Rafa, Novak and stuff go, what do we need to do for the future of tennis? Because like, think about how many fans watch. Purely just check in because of those guys. And, you know, you're carrying a fair load of that as well when they leave. So what can we do? Like, I don't even, like, I'm thinking about what we do.
What do you think?
I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. Like, I've tried really hard the last 5 years of my career. Like, everywhere I've gone, I feel like it's a circus. I mean, playing in Australia is insane. You know, playing US Open was crazy last year. I haven't played the French Open for how long, but I still play Europe sometimes. But man, I don't know. Like, I feel like I was doing my best, you know, trying to get the crowd involved, asking people where to serve on match point, like really trying to give a show. And like people say I've overdone that a bit sometimes, but at the end of the day, what I'm doing on court, more eyes are watching. You know, that's good trouble to me. Is like I'm doing all these things that are not really in the rule book, but more eyes are watching. It equals more money, more things for every player. You know what I mean? Like I'm on the doubles court with me and Thanasi were doing at AO that year. Crowd was going crazy, bro. For doubles.
That's my point.
So it's like, man, I don't know. You're going to have to carry the load, man.
Yeah.
Good trouble's on you.
I think good trouble definitely on me. I mean, personality, I mean, people that do, like, and it's not, but being you, right? Because it's authentic to you. I'm not watching that like, oh, this guy's doing too much.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, I'm just like,
bro, I'm actually turning it down out there.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Nick's being Nick, and it's the same for me, and that's why I test good trouble too. Like, be you and show your personality, like who you are outside of the court. Like, it's okay to bring that on and hype people up and shake people's hands and do sellies, and because I'm like, man, this dude's interesting. Like, if I'm not a tennis fan, I'm like, I don't care about tennis, but I like this dude.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna watch, you know? Hence your following, hence everything that comes with that. It's for a reason. It's not just because your name's Nick Kyrgios. Yeah, it's for a reason.
Francis, we're running out of time, man. I know you got a busy schedule, but I really do appreciate you coming on for the first episode. Started with a bang. But, you know, good luck with everything and keep up that good trouble.
Thanks, brother.
Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Boof. Thanks, Connor.
Yeah, I was sick.
Appreciate it.
Amazing.
Thanks for watching. For more Hanakuma's Good Trouble with Nick Kyrgios, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.